瞬間、愛する大学、学生、妻、研究してきた多くの資料は全てが灰になってしまった。私は地獄へでも突き落とされたかのような絶望を抱いた。だがその絶望は半日も続かなかった。それは全く新しい希望を抱いたからだ。今私たちは100年に一度とも呼ばれる新型コロナウイルスによるパンデミックを経験しています。そんな中、医療従事者の皆さんは自分たちの命が時に危険にさらされながらも彼らの使命を全うし、私たちを支えてくれました。放射線医師の永井隆氏は長崎に落とされた原子爆弾により最愛の妻を失い、また自身も致命傷を負いました。それでも医師として被爆者の治療に明け暮れ、父として彼の子供たちには人を憎むな、己のごとく人を愛せよと教えました。そんな彼の生き方からこれからの未来、そして私たち日本人がこれからどう生きていくべきかについて改めて考えてみませんか。永井隆 was born in Sumane Prefecture in 1908. He entered the Nagasaki Medical College to study radiology when he was 20 years old. During his junior year, he read the book Pansy, written by the philosopher Pascal. Man is a reader that thinks. This is his famous quote from Pansy. It means that man is as unreliable as a reed tossed about by the wind and waves in nature. But he can also transcend the universe through his soul. He was greatly inspired by this idea. He was a surgeon during the Manchurian incident, a physical therapy assistant at Nagasaki Medical College, and a military doctor during the Sino-Japanese War. On the battlefield, he treated both friend and enemy, and was also involved in relief efforts for the residents of the war zone. Furthermore, when Japan entered the Pacific War, he spent days in the worsening war situation. He was dedicated to treating patients and conducting research without enough radiation protection. He was exposed to large amounts of radiation every day, even though he knew it was dangerous. But he didn't abandon his patient who was suffering in front of his eyes. Finally, at the age of 37, he was diagnosed with chronic myeloid leukemia due to radiation damage and given 3 years life expectancy. 2 months later, he was struck by the atomic bomb and suffered a severe head injury, and at the same time lost his beloved wife. On the day the atomic bomb was dropped, he was disappointed by how his hometown changed into a picture of hell. But at the same time, as a doctor, he felt he had to save many injured as possible. He worked desperately with the surviving doctors and nurses. They saved more than 200 people in the 2 days after the bombing. Nagai Takashi was a man who sincerely wished for peace and appealed for it. After the war, while he continued to fight his worsened disease, he lived with his children in the Yokodo, which is a small house with only 2 tatami mat rooms. It was his workplace and hospital. He said, I work as long as I can. My arms, fingers are still moving. I can write, and writing is all I can do. He wrote many books in the Nyokodo. Even though he sacrificed his own life, he wanted to rebuild Nagasaki, Japan, and appeal to the whole world for peace. 6 years after being to his life expectancy,永井隆passed away peacefully at the age of 43 with his 2 children by his side. 彼は天命に生きた。How to all live your lives if you had the same situation as 永井隆 A short life expectancy, an atomic bombing, the death of the person you love. Can you live for others sacrifice while you are living in a hellish environment? I'm studying his way of life in order to become an adult who can proudly say, I can do it. Japan has maintained peace without war for 77 years. But there have been such incidents, such as suicide because of bullying, crimes by youth, and family murders. They are far from individual peace. Behind the materialist wealth, we can hear the lamentation and self-centered youth are growing up. That's why we should learn the power of life, the power of moving forward, the power of strong mind, and the power of caring for others. I believe that each of us can find our own way of life. We should recognize the light buried in our soul and let it shine. Finally, I will introduce the words of永井隆to his children. My dear children, love your enemies too. Love them so much, there's no room for hatred. If you love them, you'll be loved by them. If they love you, they will not destroy you. There is no enemy in the world of love. Without enemies, there'd be no wars. A loved person will not be destroyed. Strengthen yourselves, ourselves, with love. Strengthen our country with love. And hold hands with love. Then will we have a peaceful and beautiful world. Thank you.
Thank you, Louis, for a very emotional and inspirational speech. You know, growing up in America, when we're taught about the atomic bombs, we're taught a very sanitized version of it. And what you described of how it being a picture of hell is really what it was. And it's important to remember stories like this. And I was thinking about what you said about Nagai and how you know, how would you live if you had this situation? I don't know if I could say what he said at Love Your Enemies. I think I would probably be very bitter and full of hate if I was him, which shows how strong his character was. And what you've said at the end there about how Japan has maintained peace for 77 years, I think it's important to remember that, especially when discussions are going on now about changing that. And I think stories like this are even more important today, more than ever. So thank you very much for helping us remember that.
Thank you.
学院長コメントお願いします。
人間が極限に追い込まれた時に普通憎しみと苦しみと恨みでこの世を去っていくってよく言われますけど、日本人の長い長い伝統の歴史を振り返ると愛で最後は終わるんですよね。多分永井先生もそれが体から湧き出てきたんだと思うんですよね。だから僕思うんですけど、こういう思いを世界に伝えることが英語で言う言葉でとても大切だと思うんですよ。普通の場合はあの時に日本人はこうしたとか、あの時にこんな戦争があって殺したとか、とにかく憎しみを忘れないように餓心昇胆っていう言葉がありますけど、もう寝る時に痛いもうね、枕をしてね、焚き木を割ったような枕をして苦い肝を食べていつまでも恨みを忘れない、こういうのは日本人に本当はないんですよね。それを永井先生が43歳の命で証明してくれたような気がします。いいところに気がつきましたよね。もう君のそれ坊主じゃないよね。あ、失礼します。いや、もう出家したのかなと一瞬思いましたけどとても立派なスピーチでした。ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございます。